Welcome back to the Thoughts of a Visionary podcast. Listen, we're in the third episode. Listen, but hold on, before we get started, we want to let you know that this is a place where we dive into thought provoking conversations that will
Yes.
challenge the way you see yourself, your goals, and the world around you.
Yes. Today's episode is called It's Your Vision, Not
I like
Theirs.
that. Say it one more time for the people
It's
out there.
your
It's
vision,
yours,
not theirs.
not yours.
We're going to talk about what
Not
it
theirs.
means to have a vision that is uniquely yours, whether it's a calling from God or you believe that it's your life's purpose or just a uniquely burning passion that you carry. That vision is personal. But let's be real. Hold on. Let's be real.
Can we? Can we get real? Hold on. Can we get real with y'all?
Can we get real? Can we get
I think we can.
I think we can too.
Talk to the people, baby.
It's not always easy. You see, when the world around you constantly tries to box you in, pulling you from different directions,
That's right.
sometimes you would doubt your vision.
That's right. You know, it's amazing because society and social media consistently are showing us different definitions of success. You know, it can be tough to stay focused
Wow.
on your own path when everyone around you seems to be on a completely different journey. So, you know what we want to do for y'all?
What?
Today, we want to dig into how you can stay true to your vision no matter what outside forces are saying.
So we're gonna jump into we're gonna do a part 1 and 2
Okay.
segment.
Yeah.
And we're gonna jump into this, and I think this is going to be amazing. So we're gonna jump into this, and I want us to be transparent,
Yeah.
vulnerable, and even probably give some feedback on how we ourselves continuously walk this road of discovery of becoming, not even becoming, but we are visionaries. So I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
So part 1, owning your vision. So let's talk about it. What does it mean to you truly when it comes to owning your vision? A lot of times we get this idea or this dream in our mind that it just feels so right. It feels so right. But yet no one can fully see the vision that we're carrying. Even ourselves, we doubt it. If this is really our vision. More importantly, are we called to fulfill it? So before we jump in, I just want to pause right there. I have doubted myself numerous of times, even starting this podcast with my husband, and even recently yesterday, feeling like, okay, we took a break, and now it's like, I'm not sure if we're going to reach the level that we're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
But I came across this post on Instagram, and I really at that moment realized that I have to understand that this is a marathon, not a race. So though this may be the beginning, though it may be slow, I cannot allow myself to doubt and even bring fear in this or project my fears on you because I'm worried about if I'm going to fail. What if people are going to look at us funny? What if it doesn't go, right? But yeah, doubt can really make you feel like this is not it, especially when you have people around you too that's not seeing it.
You know, I think that's a very interesting point when it comes to owning your vision, because
Yeah.
sometimes we get hung up on what people think.
Ooh, that's good.
Sometimes we get hung up on what this may look like. What is this going to look like? How is this going to go
That's
for
true.
me? How long is it? Like, we have so many questions. How long is it going to take for me to see what I see?
Ooh, say that again.
You know,
Say that again.
how long is it going to take for me to see
Mm-hmm.
what I see? And
Mm.
so, these things you talk about owning your vision,
Yeah.
these are the things that can stop us from owning our
Mm.
vision and saying, you know what? Despite of the questions I have, the doubts I have, the worries I have, no matter how long it takes,
Yeah.
I'm going to commit myself
Mm.
to my vision, my dream.
Yeah.
And no matter what, because we put so much weight on validation, man.
Ooh.
We put so much weight on it. We want to seek everybody's approval about what we're doing.
So somebody needs to stop this podcast episode and put a highlighted marker or pin in what he just said. Validation. Break that
Validation.
down for us.
We seek so much validation, and
Ooh.
validation is seeking others' approval about a vision or dream that you have, or it could be a personal desire that you have.
Mm.
And so, in seeking that validation, it can put a roadblock in your path to success.
Mm.
It can put a roadblock in your path to success. You know, I look at the movie Creed, you know, and I think it was the second one when he was on his comeback fight, and those of you who watch Creed too, um, if you it was a part, and this is in the last moments
The
of
boxer's fanatic.
it's in the last moments of his the movie, and he's preparing for this his mega fight with
Mm.
the guy. I think his name was Drago. But in this training session, his trainer had him to go on this long road,
Wow.
long. I'm talking about long road. He had
Mm.
to jog it, but you got to understand that when you sign up to be successful, the long roads come with this journey.
Ooh.
Long roads come. You sign up to say, God, I'm about to
Yeah.
sign my life away onto this vision
Yeah.
and take this vision that looks like a long road. And no
Mm.
matter how long this man jogged to he failed. I might be exaggerating, but I believe he at some point in the middle of that jogging that road, he knew there's a belt at the end of this road that I'm trying to
Wow.
get to.
Yeah.
And if I don't get past this road, I can't get the belt.
Mm.
And it's the same for many of us who have a vision. If you don't get past these concerns, these doubts, these worries, you're not going to get what you see in that vision.
Wow.
So
Mm.
I believe that's how we truly own our vision. So
And I agree with that because validation can sometimes make you, can derail you
mm-hmm,
from carrying out that
mm-hmm,
promise. Um, you know, and if you go back to our episodes, you really realize that not only that one, you have to think bigger,
mm-hmm.
but you have to understand why you're chosen.
Come on now.
And as we talk about it's your vision,
Mm-hmm,
not theirs, you really
mm-hmm,
realize that this goes not just, it goes beyond just having faith.
mm-hmm,
You have to be comfortable
mm-hmm.
and align your passion even with your goals.
Come on now.
You have to be comfortable and also align your passion with your goals.
I like
And
it.
it's really understanding whatever season I am in,
Mm-hmm.
I can be content with myself to know that I am enough.
Mm.
That I don't need the world's validation.
Come on now.
I don't need my family validation.
Come on now.
I don't need my colleagues' validations or friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that as long as I'm in a position where I'm able to say, I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. But this, like I said before, this is a marathon.
Not a sprint.
So understanding that, you understand that you're capable to fully see it to the end. Now, I sit here right now with you, I'm sorry, and say that even in moments, and this is a true transparency moment, even in moments like right now, I still sometimes can't fully see it. But I think one thing I love about my husband is he will sometimes come randomly to me and say, hey, babe, I got an idea. Or, hey, babe, I want to show you this house. Or, hey, babe, and sometimes I give him pushback. I'm not going to lie. I give him pushback. But to be honest, he really fuels my desire to continuously want to be great.
Amen. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Like he deserves a kiss right now for that. But you really do. And because he's always on me, it's so important that even if you're in a place of feeling like, I don't see it,
does your team
and I'm
see
seeking validation from other people's, it's good to have people around you to let you know, like, listen, I'm not here to validate you, but I'm here to let you know that you're on the right path.
I'm here to push you, here to make you greater, here to
And
make you
better.
more. And I want to speak on that seeking approval part because can I be honest?
Yeah.
For a long time I may come off as a person who is very ambitious, a big dreamer, but deep down inside, I've always wanted the approval of others.
Wow. Well, this is like therapy right now.
I've always wanted the.
It's giving healthy. It's giving therapy. It's giving healing.
And
yeah.
It's funny because I was just having a conversation with my sister. And I was talking about our podcast, and I was explaining to her that when, growing up, I never really wanted to, share my vision with people because I didn't want people to feel insignificant around me. So no matter if you had a vision or if you did, I knew that me personally, I had a vision for my life, what I saw, what I wanted, but I didn't want to go around sharing my vision to make people feel insignificant around me. And I don't want them to feel like, oh, he's trying to put on, he's being too much. He's like, trying to be this cocky guy who got this big vision and dream, and I never wanted to come off as that. So I kind of secretly had a big vision, and it was between me and God. But when I came around everybody, I was just quiet and didn't say, because I just didn't want people to feel bad about, dang, this guy wants to go out and do this big stuff.
But can I say this though? In that moment, I feel it's like you kind of belittle yourself.
Yeah, we can say that, but at the same time, I just
meaning you just allowed yourself to say, I'm going to not only just be reserved but pull back because if I come off as cocky or arrogant,
that's not the intent.
But in reality, it's just you have big dreams, but I think you just probably felt that a lot of people couldn't see it, and it's okay.
And
But it,
that's the same thing. It's just, she was like, oh, maybe you just, some people may not understand where you're coming from, and it's okay.
yeah.
But it's like, yeah, and that's just,
Hmm.
I'm literally just getting comfortable with expressing what it is that I want to see. And I even told on the phone too, like, I'm not trying to, even with you, I'm still like, I'm very mindful of how I share things with people,
Yeah.
because in this day and age that we live in, everybody takes offense to what you personally want to do with your life.
Yeah.
And so when I share these things now, especially on our platform, it's definitely to motivate and inspire, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna share a story. Um, I've been telling you all the days that we've known each other. When I wanted to get out of the military,
Yeah.
I wanted to go to straight to Los Angeles to become this mega film producer. And um when I went to my family, my people that I trusted to share this
Yeah.
vision with for my life, I got some pushback, and
Yeah.
it put me in a place of like, wow, like, here it is, I have this big dream, and I'm telling people that I trust, man, hey, I want to go do this, man. I feel like, I got the resources that I need to go do this now, and I'm going to leave New York and go to California, Los Angeles to be
Hmm.
specific. We all know they shoot Hollywood's biggest movies, biggest studios are out there. And I'm going to go become this big film producer that I
Yeah.
still to this day have um, dreams and goals to achieve, which
Hmm.
in the Lord's time He will connect me with the right people to do so. But I got some pushback. It didn't happen obviously, but I say that to say that this is the reason for why I'm very mindful with how I share things with
Yes.
people. So
Hmm.
moving forward, I'm no longer in that space anymore, but I'm still mindful of how I come off when I share certain things with people. So
Hmm.
um,
But I think also one thing I'm learning is we have the full potential to carry out what God has implanted in us, right? But a lot of times, and this is no offense to anybody, because, and I say this is the disclaimer with love, but sometimes people can't see you as the elevation that you finally have reached,
mm-hmm,
right? They only can see, oh, it's the old me, it's the
mm,
young me,
mm-hmm,
it's really just, I just see you at this level.
right.
But a lot of times I heard someone say people can only view you at the level they can only view themselves.
Mm,
So if you may not have any high expectations, sometimes people can't view you as a high expectation that you
okay.
carry.
Okay, I like that.
You know, so, and it's nothing, that's their vision, how they carry it,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you only accept the old me,
Mm-hmm.
and how can you fully embrace the new me, the person
Mm,
that has finally reached to an elevated level? And also knowing that when God is calling you higher, He's going to literally reshape who you are.
mm-hmm.
You can't carry the same mentality,
Mm-hmm.
because it talks about that in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
When you was a child, you act as a child, you spoke as a child. But when you got to a level of maturity, you put away those childish things.
Amen.
And you have to know that when you get to this level, you cannot allow people validation, viewpoints, and even society. Strolling on Instagram a lot of times will allow you
Mm-hmm.
to feel as if your life is not significant.
Come on
Like
now.
you're let's talk about it. People don't post their failures. And only people want to post their victories, you know?
To
And it's,
highlight real.
hey, let's talk about it. But at the end of the day, I think the biggest thing for me now is I just want real.
Mm-hmm.
And real is embracing that even if I have a vision that's big and God has put something in me and even put something in me and my husband to carry out, it may make people uncomfortable. It may make even yourself feel uncomfortable. But I have to know at the end of the day, I have to keep going.
It's powerful. That's very powerful. It's very powerful. So we're gonna move on into our second
Part 2
segment.
Yes.
And this segment is called the challenge of outside influences. We can't ignore how much social media plays into this.
Yes.
On any given day, you can scroll through your feed and see hundreds of examples of what success supposedly looks like.
Ooh.
Supposedly.
Everybody's selling a product.
They're selling the products.
Ebook.
They got
sign up for courses.
They got cars to give you, houses to give you.
Not saying that's a bad thing.
They got mentorships to sell you.
Yeah.
It's easy to feel like you're behind or like your vision isn't valid because it doesn't fit that narrative.
Yeah. And absolutely. Social media shows us highlights of what we may question whether it's real or fake, And we all have a unique path.
Come on now.
And everybody has to realize their version of success and what we see online is curated.
It's going to burn a lot of bridges tonight.
It's not always reality. It's not always picture perfect. But in that, we cannot live our lives based on what we see.
Can't.
And I'm going to say just on the outside.
Yep. Because let me tell you something. I feel like we in a lot of y'all business tonight. It's okay. It's all right.
They in our business too.
But it's for the better because here we're committed to becoming visionaries. Yes. And not only just visionaries, but we're committed to staying true to who we are, man. As individuals, we all have a unique purpose to give to this life. Yeah. And so don't just because you see someone else's highlight reel, you can't lose sight of your own progress. You can't. Staying true to yourself, you gotta put the work in, man.
Yes.
When no one's watching, you should be working. And trusting that your path is leading you somewhere. You gotta believe in the work you're doing.
Yeah.
You gotta believe in the work you're doing.
So, off the grid, right? Do you feel like ever since you got off of social media, more so Instagram, do you feel like your life is at a point where you're like, I'm comfortable and I'm confident in knowing that now I can see clearly in what God is calling you to do, or is it still sometimes a moment where you're like, I see other people progressing. Why am I not fully there?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real honest with you, and that's a great question. I appreciate you answering that. When I first heard you ask this question, I was going to say 1,000%. But then I had to let the excitement die down and really hear the question. And to answer your question, 75% of the time, I am sure, I am positive, I'm on a clear perspective of yes, this is what I want to do. We're doing it.
Yeah.
But that 25% does come and say, that 25% is doubts, worries, fears. But compared to where I was, the percentage was 0.
Wow.
To be at 75%.
That's good.
And actually executing on what I plan to do. The sky is the limit.
Oh, we need to clap on that.
Come on now. The sky is the limit, you know. And so, um, yes, to your answer, yes. I have a clear understanding of what I'm called to do. And to be honest with you, I feel like had I not been in this space, I would not be able to say yes to building this platform that we're building today.
Wow. And that takes true transparency to say it out loud and say, this is my truth. I still battle, but I know this is the vision that is in me, and I'm going to fulfill it. Even when the doubt and the fear shows up,
Yep.
I know what God called me to do, so I can't afford to stop now. So before we dive deeper, let's take a moment to think about this. So we have an engagement question for our audience. It says, has there been a time when you knew you were meant to pursue something, but it didn't fit what society or even the people around you felt? How did that make you feel? So keep that in mind. Drop it in the chat.
Put it in the comments.
We want to
man.
hear the feedback. We want to hear what was it.
Listen,
that
don't be
caused
afraid
you,
to tell us too either, man.
yeah, that
Let's
caused you to
engage.
feel like you didn't pursue it.
This is for you all. This is for you all to grow. This is
Yeah.
for you all to express yourself. This is for, because a lot of times if we don't get these things out, we won't never grow.
Yeah.
And this platform is, we're here to inspire you all. We're here to motivate you all. We're here to encourage you all to be a true visionary, man. So please engage. Put it in the comments. Put it in the chat, and let's talk about it. Let's dive into what it really means when you knew you were meant to pursue something,
Yeah.
but society, the people around you made you feel like you couldn't do it. Let's talk about it, man.
So we're going to give you some tips.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to give you some tips to know how you're on the right path.
Okay.
If you're wondering whether you are truly on the right path, here are 3 tips to help to guide you. Number 1, it feels fulfilling.
That's right.
Even when it's hard.
That's right. It feels fulfilling even though it's hard. And you, so a lot of times we understand that there are going to be some tough days.
Yeah.
There's going to be some tough, like for us, can we be transparent? It's tough, feel me. It's not it's not easy to get up here on the camera.
Yeah.
And like I shared on our first episode, I never saw this for me. I told you I could put it, I can take a concept and build it into an entire business, but you're talking about getting up on the camera and filming. I never saw this for myself. So we understand that one of the tips that we want to give you all is, it may feel like you can't do it, but trust and believe that you can do it even when it's hard. You know, if you find fulfillment and purpose in what you're doing, even when things are challenging, that's a strong sign that you are on the right path.
Yeah. Tip number 2, you're making progress even if it's slow. Like I said earlier, it's a marathon, not a race. Progress isn't always fast or flashy. But if you can look back and see you're moving forward, even in the small ways, that's a sign that you're growing and staying true to your vision.
Let's talk about those. I just want to emphasize what you said. What, even in the what small ways.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we glance over the little progress that we make, but really we should be celebrating that process, that small progress, because celebrating that small progress is going to fuel you to greater progress.
Yes. And I think, I recently had a birthday last week.
Ooh, let's go.
And trust me, your girl is in the 30s club.
Ooh, looking good too,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh, thank you. But don't make me blush. But I have finally got to a place where I'm like, I had so much expectations entering this age. And I finally realized that I'm in a place where I'm okay if everything doesn't go how I originally expected. It's going to take some time, and it's going to eventually play out. But understanding that it's slow and steady, and at the end of the day, I'm just happy that I'm in a place to receive this moment instead of putting so much stigma and standards on my life, because it's a lot of stigma around your age. If you don't accumulate this, if you don't have this, you failed. But in reality, you have not failed.
Come on now.
Like I said earlier, it's a marathon and not a race. And once you understand that it's an ongoing process, you're able to be more content and even show more gratitude in the moments that every day as I wake up, God is giving me another day to continuously to move towards my purpose.
Wow, you said a lot.
Yeah.
You said a lot with little words. So wow, that's amazing, you know. And so this last tip that we're gonna give you to let you know you are on the right path is you feel a sense of peace about your direction.
Talk about that.
You know,
say that again.
Yeah, I felt like I need to say it again too. Tip number 3 to let you know that you are on the right path. Listen up, you.
Us too.
You feel a sense of peace about your direction. You know, when things are uncertain, when there's a certain peace that comes from knowing that you're following a path that's right for you.
Yes.
If you feel calm and assured despite external circumstances and situation, that's a sign that you are on the right path. Don't get discouraged. Don't give up. Don't allow the pressures of life to trick you out your spot and make you feel like I'm not called to do it. Just because you don't see progress doesn't mean you're not on the right road.
Yes.
A lot of times we get mixed up with I'm gonna use a culture word. We get clout mixed up with calling.
Ooh. Say that for the ones in the back that didn't hear it loudly.
A lot of times we get clout mixed up with calling. And so I need you to understand that here as a true visionary, we're not looking for clout. We're looking for true, authentic purpose in everything that we do.
Yes.
We're staying true to ourselves.
Everything.
We're staying true to our purpose. We're staying true to our vision for our life. That's the only thing we're committed to doing. Anything else outside of that, it doesn't matter. Because it's not fueling us on this journey, on this road. Like I said, that long road, man, it's not fuel. And so whenever you feel a sense of peace about what it is that you're doing, know that you're called and chosen for it.
Yes. That was really good, babe. So let's jump into 2 questions that we have.
Okay, and so the first question that we have before we close out tonight is, how do you stay focused on your journey when it feels like society is telling you to follow a different path?
So I'm going to answer this one. Staying focused on your vision requires a strong sense of self-awareness. A strong sense of self-awareness.
I know you can elaborate on that one.
Personally, I focus on what feels aligning to my passions, my values, and even my long-term goals. I constantly remind myself as well that everyone's journey is different. And I'm going to say that again. Everyone's journey is different. So for me, I have to understand I can't compare minds to other.
Come on
And
now.
that has been a very big stickler for me because sometimes we do compare.
Oh,
And
we do.
sometimes if you allow yourself to stay there, envy will start to arise.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just transparency.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not called to envy.
Mm-mm.
We're not called to compare,
Mm-hmm.
but we're called to understand that my journey is different.
Mm-hmm.
My story is different.
Come on now.
And what God has for me is for me.
Mm.
And understanding that when my time arrives, I will be able to show up, receive, and feel a place of peace, knowing that I have arrived and I'm happy about it.
I love that. I love that. So, amazing. So, let's move on to our second question.
So before we close out, we have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
What's one thing that has helped you stay committed to your vision, especially when it felt like no one else could see it or understand it?
Wow.
That's a good
A
one.
great question. One thing that has helped me stay committed to my vision, especially when it felt like no one else could see it or understand it. I'm gonna be real with you. My faith. My faith has kept me committed to a lot of
Ooh,
things.
that's good.
Because it takes faith to believe something when you have others telling you otherwise. Like I
Yeah.
said, when I wanted to share a vision that I had in my heart, a dream, people around me told me no. I'm kind of glad because at the time, COVID was around the corner and I couldn't see that. So
Yeah.
imagine me being in LA and doing my thing, and next thing you know, 6-8 months later, and something that the world didn't understand at the time.
Yeah.
I would have been stuck in LA, no money, probably on the street. Never know. So,
Well, you wouldn't be on the street, so stop it.
yeah. But long story short, my faith is what keeps me committed
Yeah.
to the vision, and my the bigger picture is what helps me to understand that look, this is not about you, because if I make it about me, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quit. It's over. I don't want to do this no. But when you're doing something that's bigger, it's bigger than you,
Yeah.
you understand that I cannot stop.
Yes.
It's that long. I don't know why, but Creed 2, that long road, the belt. His trainer was right behind there.
Yeah.
As he was driving the car, as he was running.
Yeah.
The fighter gotta understand that though. Your trainer knows to go, but you, the fighter, your trainer not gonna be in the ring with you. It's you in the ring.
Yeah.
So as you're preparing for this fight, you gotta understand why this is important.
Yeah.
The trainer already knows what we're doing this for. God already knows what you're doing this for. But you as the believer gotta believe and understand why you're doing this. And so that's why my faith is one of the reasons why I stay committed to my vision.
Yeah. And I want to say something right quick, because you said that even in the no's, and I feel like the no's can derail us. So I will say this: the no is not a denial.
Come on now.
The no is not always a delay.
Come on.
The no is not saying that it would never happen.
Come on now.
But the no is really what to fuel you to understand the importance of why God has called you to carry out that vision.
Amen. I love that.
Even if it feels uncomfortable.
I love that.
I think in the no, you really realize, I gotta go get this.
And you start to see what you're truly made of.
I have to pursue this.
And you start to understand.
Because if nobody around me can't see it, as long as I can see it,
That's it.
it's gonna happen.
Come on now.
It's gonna happen.
And that's how you define the true visionary. People who defy the odds and say, no matter what comes against me, I'm going for it. And watch me become what I said I was going to become.
And you gotta be that change maker in your family. Because nobody sometimes will ever be able to even understand why do you dream so big? If grandma and grandpa never did it, all they was trying to do was survive. But we have to know the baton has been passed.
Come on now.
And now that once the baton has been passed, I'm not in survival mode. I'm in building mode.
Come on now.
And building is uncomfortable.
Yep. Preparation.
But I have to carry this legacy.
You know, they say, there's a quote out there that says, preparation meets opportunity. And what that means is when you're prepared,
yes,
the opportunity is going to present itself to you.
Wow.
But you can't show it to opportunity unprepared. You can't. That's why it's important that you always are sharpening your craft. You always working on your craft. Whatever it is that you believe that you want to do, even if you're not doing it currently as a profession, still work at that thing. Don't put it down. Don't say, when I get some time, I'm going to do. No, work on that thing.
Yes.
Because you never know when the opportunity is going to strike.
You never know. Yes.
And so, man, tonight was an amazing
really good
night.
Yeah. So as we close out today, I want you to remember this. Your vision doesn't need to be validated. I'm going to say that one more time. Your vision doesn't need to be validated.
Come on now.
By others to be valid. Okay? It doesn't need it to be validated by others to be valid. But understand this. Society may push you or to try to conform you, but only you know that you have full potential of your path. Keep moving with intention, purpose, and belief in where you're going. Your vision is uniquely yours.
Come on now.
And it's worth pursuing with confidence.
Wow, baby, that was good.
Yes.
That was good. You know, we hope that this episode gave you something to think about. Listen, please engage with our episode. Drop it in the comments. Share your thoughts. Share what you think it means to own your vision. Share what you how you handle when people tell you that you can't do something. How do you handle that? What do you do? What are your strategies? What is your strategy on even how to own your dream? How to achieve your dream? What do you just drop it in the comments? We want to know how you guys truly feel, because like I said, we're like we've said in the previous episodes, we're building a community where we can all encourage each other, motivate each other, and inspire each other to become true visionaries. You know, listen. If you haven't already, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel, Thoughts of a Visionary, on our YouTube channel. We want you all to like, comment.
And we're on Spotify as well now. So we'll be on all platforms.
Yes, we will. We're on Spotify. We are now live on Spotify. I'm excited about what we have going on here with the Thoughts of a Visionary podcast. Look out for a new awesome look out for more announcements on what we're doing with our platform, and please engage. We want you all here. We love you all. We don't do this for us. We do this for you all, so that we can truly become true visionaries and help you all achieve your vision for your life.
And I want to say this, what just dropped in my spirit. Do not let someone fear box you in. A lot of times people will make you feel like you cannot complete what you're assigned to do. Whatever God has assigned for you to do on this earth for his purpose, you have to know that people will sometimes will literally push their fear on you, and that will cripple you.
Right.
So no, don't let nobody fear box you in. Just go and run after your purpose, after your vision.
You love that.
So understand this. We're so excited. And thanks for joining us today. Until next time, visionaries, keep walking in your purpose and stay true to your vision.
We love you all. Until next time, see you all. Keep on being and rocking.
Yeah.